Christine Zachary-Deom, along with a group of local media, visited the site of an archaeological dig at the foot of the Champlain Bridge expansion, where two Akwesasehró are helping to uncover history and artifacts from our past.
We're on Ile des Sœurs. This is Nuns Island, and this is the site where the Champlain Bridge will be expanding. And it happens to be on a site where, in the historic times, was Libert's farm. And prehistorically is an Iroquoian, probably a Mohawk site. It's also the site on the eastern corner there where in 1996 they found the human remains of a young girl from the time of the 1300s. She was reinterred at the Mohawk Trail Longhouse back in 1996, I think. In order for this bridge to be expanded, they had certain requirements, and part of those requirements are archaeological requirements. And that meant, because of the previous finds, that we would have to be involved. They asked us for our accommodation proposals, we gave them. We said we wanted our own people to be also working on this site as archaeological technicians. We also wanted our own archaeologists.
What we've been doing here is we've been doing an archaeological dig. What it is the Webster, the last archaeologist here, he didn't do a very good job on preservation, meaning he didn't want to save anything. He just wanted to take everything out for himself and be touted as it, but he didn't really find anything here. What we're doing is we're taking out the stuff he put down, and we're looking deeper into it, making sure he didn't leave anything, and from what we're finding, he did.
We really began, getting our hands dirty just on Monday, and it's my first experience, working, even though I do have 14 weeks training as an archaeological field technician doing such work, but it's not only just, the good stuff, we're looking for, we're actually getting our hands dirty with, we're looking at urban archaeology and all these things before we actually get down to where the good stuff is.
We're gonna work here till the beginning of November. So we started the dig a week ago, so it will take around 8 weeks.
For right now, they're looking at the walls of the farm, the bakery, the stable, the manor house itself, and this morning I believe they found a prehistoric level as well. They got quite excited in that very darkened soil that they were showing us a while ago, and they found some small shards of pottery which looked like our style.
It is quite unique because the farm of Lebert is all fenced, and it looks like it was looking like farms of prestige in Europe, and we know that there are native occupations before, so it was very important to record all this occupation that was happening here before it all disappears.
What I found so far was a piece of pottery, and now this is rare because it was a rim and it was about that big, and that's extremely rare. How I found it was concaved on a rock, and I just dug into it, and all of a sudden pottery just started coming out.
It's exciting, it's the company Ethnoscope here have been very I would say unbiased, in their transparency with MCK, and I think they're a great company to work with.
I think we should be excited for it because eventually we've got to think of a nation claim. We've got to make our own proofs. Our own evidence has to be gathered. And so that's why this is important. And that's why it's important as well for us to be present on this site. We have to be able to see what's happening. We have to be able to understand how governments throughout Canada are proceeding with sites, and how we have to have involvement, whether we're Mohawks or whether we're Cree or other peoples, Indigenous peoples of Canada. We've got to be awake and being able to gather our own evidence as well. and being able to appropriate what is our own heritage.